Hi, welcome to the Freeman Conversations, and I'm Jobert Ocal, the online editor of the Freeman, and this is our continuing series, special series, Power Women, our way of paying tribute to women who are not afraid to make a difference. Today we are sitting with members of the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association, or CELLA, and we'd like to congratulate our guests today because they have just been elected into office as the new officers of CELLA last Saturday. We have with us today the Vice President Internal of CELLA, Attorney Joyce Preston Adlao.
Hi, Sir
We're
Joe.
there. Thank
Hello,
you very
everyone.
much, Attorney, for coming over. And to Attorney Joyce's left, we have Attorney Ana Floresa Cabanilla. She is with the Ibales and Cabanilla Law Office. By the way, Attorney Joyce is with Bacchiano and Associates Law Office. Also, another member of CELLA with us today is Attorney Jazzy Sedosha Paqueo from the Public Attorney's Office. Ladies, Attorney, thank you very much for being with us today. Attorney Joyce, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, we just celebrated Women's Month last month. But allow me still to say Happy Women's Month. Because we do not only, we do not only celebrate women
Every March.
in March.
Yes.
So it should be beyond March, right?
Of course.
And of course, congratulations to all of you for being elected and inducted into office as new officers of CELLA. How does it feel? We can only hope that Attorney Marge could join us today, but she's very busy. Yes, she's in Manila at this point.
Possibly the next time we go.
Hopefully, yes. How does it feel now that you are the frontliners of CELLA?
Excited. Excited for the next 2 years of activities. Excited for our new members to finally see what CELLA is all about. And to let them enjoy also how it is to be with Ang Balaod Karon, our radio program, to try the radio program, our Partners in Law TV program. You know, we have a lot of opportunities for our lady lawyers in Cebu, and so I'm excited for them. I want them to enjoy what I have enjoyed the past years with CELLA.
And of course, we'll talk about CELLA more in a bit. But before we go to the discussion, I'd like to say hello to one of your past presidents, Attorney Gingging Navarro Laude, who's watching us right now.
Hi, Ma'am
Hello.
Gingging.
Hello there. Okay, before we go to CELLA, since we just celebrated Women's Month, and part of the discussion actually is to discuss the challenges and issues surrounding women today, I'd like to ask, what challenges do you think the women continue to face today? Of course, many things have changed. We live in a different world now.
Yes.
Perhaps women now have more opportunities than before.
Yes.
But what challenges do you still face in your workplace, in your profession, for example?
In our profession, I guess I don't see that much of a problem because I always remind myself that there may be other lawyers who are better than me because they have been in the profession for a long time, but I remind myself that we have the same books. We read the same books. We have the same rules of court. We have the same civil code. So whatever happens is just a matter of evidence on hand. See, I do not take it as they are more in advantaged position because they are male or they are men, or I am into a disadvantaged position because I'm a woman. It's a matter of what evidence do you have. So for me, it's we go to court, it's me as a person, not as a woman.
So it's not an issue for you?
It has never been an issue for me. But whenever people see me as a woman, not as a person, then that becomes an issue for me. See?
We'll talk about that more later. Attorney?
For me, challenge in a way, because I do not see it as a challenge, same as Attorney Joyce, because it has always been my principle that regardless of gender, as long as you know what are your weaknesses and strengths, then and present yourself, whether you are men or women, then do what you want or do your job in accordance with that. However, maybe for me, the challenges maybe for women is role playing. Maybe you are a lawyer at the same time a mother, and you're
balancing your time.
Balancing the time and all. And I think that's already considered a challenge for me.
Attorney Jazzy, well, equal opportunities. Your name is My brother's name is Jazzy, so definitely that can go both ways. Yeah.
Yes. As a woman, I see a lot of like in the workplace as a woman, like issues of sexual harassment issues as a woman because nowadays there are a lot of problems facing by women involved in sexual harassment, like in a workplace. Just one example. So that's one of the challenges of a woman, because there are actually people who are gender sensitive. We know that. So as I mentioned, sexual harassment cases is more. There are a lot of cases in the workplace. So that's one of the challenges of being a woman. And we are glad to know that nowadays we have lots of laws protecting women. So sexual harassment cases, women are protected already. So that's one of the challenges for women. So we can address that later on if we're going to talk with issues relating to women when it comes to sexual harassment cases.
Since you are with the Public Attorney's Office, I'm sure you have encountered many of these cases.
Yes.
Harassment, violence against women, even children.
Yes.
What have been the most challenging cases you've handled?
The most challenging cases, actually.
If you remember.
Yeah, I have actually numerous challenging cases when it comes to women and children, especially children. The rape cases, I encountered 7 counts of rape involving a 7-year-old minor. She was raped by a father, no less than a father. And actually, I won't talk to that case because it is still pending in court. But that is one of the agency is very, in my part as a woman, it's saddened to think about most of the cases, rape, especially father, and also violence against women and children, the mother, that's very common, VAUSI. And actually, they say that the most abused law, why? Because bisag gagmay lang kay, there are petty quarrels, petty things involving husband and wife. The mother always resort to filing cases of VAUSI against the husband. Okay, they are already inept, they are already will inform will inform na sila of that VAUSI law, protecting themselves and also their children. And whenever they felt being abused by their husband, and also they are not well supported by their husband, especially the economic support, economic abuse, that can be filed in court. So mo na ilang na feel nga, okay, anytime they can file this case, RE 9262.
And to those who might not be very familiar, VAUSI actually stands for Violence Against Women and Children. Yes. So you'll hear more about VAUSI in a while. Attorney Joyce, off camera, we were discussing earlier, one of your advocacies, personal advocacies, really is also women and children.
Protecting the rights of women and children, yes.
Of women and children.
Yes.
Can you please talk about that?
Yes.
How and why did it become your personal advocacy?
Yes, because I am a single mother. I have raised my only daughter, very adorable daughter, single-handedly, and I believe that there's no other person who can better protect women than somebody who has the experience firsthand. And it pains me to see women on a daily basis being, trying to just accept their fate as it is, simply because there are women. It's about time that they find their inner strength to fight back, to finally say or end the abuse. And you see, the world is huge. You will never be defined by your past experiences. So I want women to find their strength, to be able to fight back, because they can always, bloom into a professional. So that's it. So whenever a woman or a mother comes to me telling me that this is her problem, the husband is like this, I have my child, I am into that, placed in a situation where I am I have to drop this, what I'm doing, because I need to address this. Because these are the kinds of cases which I'm really sort of made of, I guess. This is possibly the reason why I am into this profession. Because Sir Jobert, you might not ask, I'm a pharmacist. Okay? I'm a pharmacist. I would have wanted to become a doctor. But you see, by force and circumstance, I am into lawyering already. Several things happened. And it's just now that I realized, maybe because this is what will happen to me. And nobody, or Although there are other people who can protect women, but I believe I am more effective in protecting women because I have first-hand experience.
You can empathize.
Of course, yes. It's about time we protect women, their rights, their, everything. Children. See? Because if we have, in Catholic Church, we have Mary. Diba? In the Catholic Church, Mary is referred to as the co-redemptrix. Meaning to say, aside from Jesus, we have Mary. So, we should always protect women. Because as women, we're not just women because we are here. We are here because we can nurture other people. There will be no daughters, sons, lawyers, doctors without a woman. So
the origin of a child is a woman.
Yes. I am not telling men who are watching with us right now that they are inferior to women, but you see, we should have our own place. And it's starting to happen. Slowly but surely. We have a lot of high-profile local executives already who are women. Right? We have a lot of heads of states, heads of our local government, wherever we go, we have women. And it's just, I'm just happy to see that. Whenever somebody's appointed and she's like, oh wow, there's just something we can be proud of.
Something to celebrate.
Yes.
Thank you for opening the discussion earlier because actually I'm about to ask, why did you ladies decide to go into law? What motivated you to become lawyers? Maybe we can begin with one of the youngest.
Yes.
Aside from parent, no joke. Maybe because it has been a childhood dream, really, to become a lawyer. But as you go along, that childhood dream becomes less. You want another profession. But when I took up my undergrad, political science, it motivates me more, really, to go to law.
But was it a conscious choice to take Pol Sci because you wanted to be
not
proceed
necessarily,
into law?
because I am from academia, at the same time faculty of the university. But it's not always, we don't usually tell our students that you take Pol Sci because you have to proceed in law.
Because that's a normal track, right?
Yeah.
Pol Sci and then law school.
I think that's the most common misconception, that if you took Pol Sci, you should go to law. But Pol Sci itself is a discipline already.
Correct, yeah.
So we don't have to associate it really with law. But of course, it can be a good choice for a preparatory for law because you have a vast knowledge grassroots level. So when I took up law, we had really an exposure with the grassroots level. Then I think I had to, maybe it's more on of leveling my more on of my knowledge. No, it's more on of it's like if there's a need to change, it's just Miss Universe School, but something like if there's one thing, if there's a one system or part of the legal of the government that needs to be changed, and that is the legal system. So that's why maybe I really had that I had that one decision of mine to really took up law, that maybe in a simple act I can contribute to the change of the legal system. And that's my perspective being a political scientist, not necessarily really litigation at all, but it's more on reformation.
That reminds me of a very good friend of mine who's also a very proud political scientist. She told me that if you want to change the world, you have to let political scientists do that.
Yeah, it's more on a reformation.
Highly arguable, but okay.
That made me struggle in law school. Because being a pharmacist, I'm into medicaling. I'm medically
It's a different part of
Yes. We didn't have obligation on contracts. We didn't have taxation.
Yeah. How long were you a pharmacist before you decided to go into law school?
Okay. I taught in the College of Pharmacy for about 4 years before I finally decided to
take
enroll.
up law.
Yes, but prior to that, I enrolled in master's degree program in Manila. Then I came back for another master's degree program until I finally decided that I needed something else. Something is missing. What could it be? And then all of a sudden, first day of school, supposedly for med school, I went to the College of Law, and I inquired.
What made you eventually decide to go to law school?
Well, there were a lot of problems, needs legal advice, and there was nobody from our family who is into legal, services. So I actually
Might as
prefer,
well.
yes,
Yeah.
you might as well do this. You might as well venture into this, you know? So it's like, it's more of a challenge to enjoy both worlds, from medical to legal. Why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Why not? Yes. That started it all. I never dreamed of becoming a lawyer. I never dreamed of becoming a lawyer. Not in my wildest dreams. Never. So possibly I'm here because God had other plans for me.
Yeah. One of your past presidents, well, Attorney Gingging, finished biology,
Yes.
undergrad, and went to law school. What about the Attorney Jazz?
Actually, I enrolled accountancy during my college, but it was part also of my dream of becoming a lawyer since I was in high school. It was my dream actually to become a lawyer, and that's the reason why I took up accountancy. But the accountancy was actually the choice of my mother and my sister. I really don't like numbers. I hate numbers. I hate math and
Really?
everything associated to numbers. So
And yet you finished accountancy.
no, just in the second year level. So I shifted to political science.
Ah, okay.
Yes, actually, because I heard stories that when you enroll, that's what actually Attorney Flor said, that it's more if you enroll political science, you associate it to next level is to enroll college of law school. So I enrolled political science, and then eventually after a year, I'm planning of taking a rest first, whether I will take up law or not. And so after a year, I enrolled to law school. So that's part of my high school dream of becoming a lawyer. Yes, and because actually my father wanted to become a lawyer, but she was a teacher. My father was a teacher, and he wanted to become a lawyer, but he died at his early stage, and he was about to enroll law school, and he was not able to make it. And then I fulfilled the dream of my father to become a lawyer. That's
Very
actually first and foremost. That's the
Your
reason.
motivation.
When I was in high school, when I was in first year high school, my father died, and I already knew during that time that my father really wanted to become a lawyer. When I was in high school, he would have wanted to enroll in law school, but he did not make it, and that's the reason why I enrolled in law school. It's part of the dream of my father, fulfilling the dream of my father. And I wanted to become a lawyer also.
For the record, where did you take up law?
San Carlos.
San Carlos, you attorney?
San
San Carlos also?
Southwestern University.
Southwestern
My
University.
undergrad pharmacy is from San Carlos.
Of course, we have some of the best law schools in the country are in Cebu now.
Yes.
Okay, how was it being a female law student? Because they say that the law profession is primarily dominated, is a male-dominated profession.
I don't think so. During our law days, female law students
There were more females?
dominant. Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, our class, first year law, I think 70% in our class,
Women.
yes, women. So I don't think
Times have changed.
Yes,
I don't have much memory of becoming a law student. Why? Because I enrolled in a college of law for just I did not enroll in the college of law to become a lawyer. I enrolled in the college of law so that I have time. I mean, I have something to do at night time. Because you see, at that time I was teaching at the College of Pharmacy. My classes would be 8 to 5 in the afternoon, and I have nothing to do in the evening. So the only way for me to be busy in the evening is to enroll in law school.
Why did you want to be busy at night?
I just wanted.
she wanted to be busy all the time.
Yeah, because you see, it's like this. After 4 to 5, my last class in 4 to 5 in the afternoon, we do have lots of law students in the lobby already, bringing all these huge books and all. And I could see I'm sorry for the word, but they have this aura of being superior among all the other students. So it's like for me it's a challenge. Okay, so what's with law?
Okay.
So what's with law?
Why does it make one superior or feel
Yes,
superior?
what's with that? And so I enrolled. And that's when I realized that when you're a law student, if you bring your books, you flaunt your books, you're just a first year student, second year student. But whenever you see a law student without any books and trying to make it appear that they are not into law school, they most likely these are already in the third year or fourth year or probably senior or about to take the bar. Why?
Yes.
They're trying to make it low profile, just in case they want to make it to the bar. So the realizations. But you see, as what I've said, possibly this is God's plan for me. Because for one, I took up law without. I was not the type that I'd go to the library and read and read and read because I just wanted to graduate. But when I took the bar exam, I told my mom, if I'm not gonna make it, I'll never take the bar again. So possibly, Papa G said that this is my plan for you. So I'll give it to you one time and then do your job. And so here I am with women and their children at home. So that's why I'm very passionate with them, especially if there are children involved. Especially if women are already abused, either psychologically, physically, everything.
Before this question skips me, because you already mentioned the bar exam, the results of the 2017 bar exams will be out next month, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. So
it's either early next month or late this month.
I see. Okay. So it's something very exciting to look forward to. Okay, your thoughts on the moves to regionalize the bar exams?
Yeah. I would love to have the bar exam in Cebu City. You know what? When you're from the province, you go to Manila, it takes several weeks, if not months, to acclimatize. The food alone. When I took the bar exam, I gained a lot of weight. Why? I did not like the way they cook their food. It's something, it's acquired, you know? The food in Manila is not the kind of food that I'm getting used to. So that's a different thing. And I may know how to speak Tagalog, but I'm so stressed speaking Tagalog on a daily basis, you see?
Easier to speak English than Tagalog.
Yeah, but so to give more time for other students, law students who are from the provinces to at least not so stressed with preparation, because preparing for the bar is really stressful to the nth level. So that's why I even told my daughter that I'm not gonna force you to take up law. I'm gonna let you decide because I know how it is. The stress alone, I don't think I'm gonna make it if I didn't make it the first time. It's difficult.
I think it's about really time to decentralize the bar examination. Why? Because I think we have proven enough through the results during bar examinations that we have top bar exams from the Visayas and Mindanao. So, but it's just that when I attended a forum regarding that, and it's one of the issue raised, maybe it's the concern of mainly of the Supreme Court was how to logistics purposes, because as what information or I think it was really the Chief Justice herself who told us that the questions in the bar exam will be released on that day early. So the problem of decentralizing bar examination is how to simultaneously deliver. When you take the earliest flight, it might be delayed. So maybe I think that's the problem I'm facing. But
maybe we can do something about it.
So maybe it has to be through technology, but of course security in relation to against leakage has to be addressed before pushing through. But I think it's really time.
Yes, for me, the bar decentralization is actually at about time because it's also offered to for the preparation. That's what Attorney Joyce said. It comes with the preparation because taking the bar and that includes 6 months preparation. The 6 months you're going to have a review. So it's better for you to just stay here in Cebu for those who are coming from Visayas and Mindanao. So less expenses, for those who are just from Cebu or from the Visayas or just one of the advantage, diba? Because you're just here, you don't have to spend so much time, money to travel to Manila, and to travel along to Manila that entails money, time. So you have to pack your things, going to Manila and pack it when you arrive there. So it will entail so much time.
Correct.
So when you will realize later on that when you're into review process, time is very precious. So you have to make so much of your time within 24 hours. You have to read and read. So that entails so much time. I think those who are from Visayas and Mindanao, they are very happy if one of the time, it will come that it will be held here in Cebu. But also, as what Attorney Flora said, the distribution of questions on that day, they are also protecting the leakage because if you're going to use the technology, the Supreme Court also thinking that how are they going to deliver the questions, how are they going to protect the questions when they're going to use the technology, the leakage, and there is great possibility that it's very easy to spread through technology, the questions, diba?
Yeah.
So it's very easy. Just one click, you can spread that to persons who can spread the questions. The Facebook and all other technology.
But PRC has, PRC has.
That's also the counter argument.
Yes.
Because other professions have decentralized their exams.
Exactly, and it would be easier for leakage with the PRC because that's by letters, multiple choice. But with the bar exam, even if you have a leakage, once you're in there and you are told that this is the kind of question, you still have to think on how to answer the question.
Because PRC said that they already prepared the questions and they just distributed it week before or days before. And when it comes to us lawyers, for those who will be taking the bar, the questions will be prepared only by the Supreme Court. And that will be distributed on that day. So it's very difficult for them.
Because I heard your preparation does not only entail studying, but it also psychological and emotional aspects and your support system.
In fact, to add your support system, I brought my parents with me.
Really? The whole time you were there?
No, my mom and my dad.
Okay.
So because I don't.
No, I mean the whole time you were there in Manila.
The whole time I was there in Manila, I brought my parents because as her concern is, I cannot imagine myself eating for the entire 2 months fast food. So I brought my mom to cook for me because So I think what about those, diba? We're not saying that we are all equally.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
So,
during my time, we heard a helper, the yaya of my best friend, who cooks for us. So we stayed in a condominium for 2, and then there's this helper who cooks for us. We won't be eating fast food all the time.
Otherwise,
just for one period.
Yes, me, I was eating fast food for 2 months. But the good thing is that on a weekend, my mom would fly from Surigao to Manila to be with me. Every weekend.
Oh
Yes.
my God.
Every weekend. She would be in Manila to support me. And I guess that was the biggest factor of all. I had somebody waiting for me.
Correct.
After the bar exam. So whenever I would see my mom, it's like there's no chance. Not the slightest chance that I would disappoint her. Because she was still teaching at that time. And yet here she is finding time to fly just to support me. So that was something. And my father would always call me.
But these are all your personal preparations. I mean, we can also talk about the support system of the schools themselves. Because there are many schools that cannot afford to really fully support their examinees in going to Manila.
We have the bar ops. Yes, we have the bar ops. But I guess the most important thing is support from family. Because no matter what, it will boil down to your drive. Your drive, your motivation, your inspiration to pass the bar exam.
Right.
Yes.
Because this will be the people who will be very happy for me if I pass the bar exam. So that's it. So regardless if there's bar ops is ongoing or not, yes, but bar ops is very important. But then again, even if there's bar ops and you don't have family to support you,
difficult still.
Yes.
Okay, we of course understand the apprehensions of the Supreme Court, but if they can find a way and decentralize the exams, why not? Right? Why not? So hopefully the Supreme Court can do something about it, and best of luck to all the examinees last year.
Yes.
Results are coming out. Let's go back to this. Okay, how are they feeling right now?
Nervous?
Examinees, how are they feeling right now before we proceed? How did you feel during your time waiting?
During my time, the bar exams were out before the Holy Week. I mean,
Okay.
after the Holy Week. So I had plenty of time to, really pray.
Pray.
I have not prayed so hard in my life. After the bar exams, you see, I had to do the Stations of the Cross, and everything's like, I'm trying to bargain, Lord, just give me this one more, just this one. I'm gonna prove to you that I'm worth it and everything like that. But you see, it's still in God's hands.
Actually, I was teaching, so I kept myself very busy, very busy, because I don't want to think, because I think I'll go crazy. I think it's on the day before, I was really in the church kneeling down, crying. I'm living. I really said, Lord, it's really your plan. Whether to pass or not, then it's really your plan. Maybe it's not for me, or it's not yet time. So, but when it was on the day, I just kept on, but I was just kept on, because I was really planning to go out abroad or hide if I don't pass. So I just kept on.
You planned on going
But I don't.
incognito.
I did not tell to my parents that the
Bar exams will be out.
will be out in a few minutes. So I just kept on singing, I'm leaving on the jet. I'm not a singer.
But the problem now, Attorney Anna, is that we have Facebook, we have the news, always breaking news, the bar exam results will be out, things like that. It's
what's
adding
that?
pressure.
That's right, yeah.
It's adding
So
pressure.
that I deactivated my Facebook.
I see.
alright.
But with the breaking news on TV, you cannot avoid. Oh my
That's
God, it's
why-
going to be 2 days from
That
now,
is
like
why
that.
my parents kept on asking, where are you singing that?
Hmm.
Because they don't know that the bar exam will be released.
Attorney Jazz,
Actually,
what were you
during that,
feeling? at
my
this
friends
point?
were hiding during that time. And before, right after the bar, I worked in a non-government organization, and that day, so the day before, I already knew that the result will come out tomorrow. So I was absent. So I went to Starbucks. I went to church first, and after that, I attended mass. Then I went to Starbucks there at emergency. So I just stayed there and with a friend, of course, and then we were there, and someone called me. I was very tense. I was like, I don't know what I feel like. And then
It's like the end of the world.
someone posted in my Facebook.
Congratulations.
Yes, there was a congratulations, but a friend of mine said that there's no result yet. But there's this post in your Facebook, and maybe I didn't make it. So my friend said, maybe I didn't make it because there's no post in my Facebook like that. So I was already tense. And then when I opened my Facebook, there was already this result. So that's it.
Yeah. But based on your stories and the stories of the many others who took the bar, one commonality there is that on the day of the bar results, everyone became closer to God.
Yes. But the only struggle is that you cannot be happy 100%.
Correct, yeah.
Why? Because yes, I made it to the bar. I passed the bar exam. But then you have a friend of your friend,
Exactly.
maybe.
Yes.
I could only wish that
Mixed emotions,
it's
yeah.
everybody.
Correct.
You see, like that. So when the day of the results were passed, my only sign was that when my phone did not stop ringing. So I took it as a sign that okay, I made it.
Yeah.
And
Because
so-
of course, if you didn't make it, I don't think
Nobody
your
would-
friends would keep on calling you
Nobody
to tell you you didn't make it.
Yes. So all you have. I did not answer my phone because I was afraid what I'm
Yes.
gonna hear.
Yeah.
But somebody called my mom. My brother from the States called my mom, so that's when I knew. And that's only the time that I started to read all the messages. And the non-stop calls. I answered all the non-stop calls. But you see, you cannot be happy again 100% because you would think of a friend, of a board mate and all. You just wish that they have their own time as well.
Right. So
Feeling
again,
the same.
good luck to all of you
Good
waiting
luck.
for the bar results.
luck.
Let's go back to our discussion on women.
Yes.
Definitely you're accomplished women, you're lawyers, all three of you, members of CELLA. Do you think consciously of your gender when you do things? Do you think about it as a factor toward your success?
I don't think it as a factor. In fact, when I go to work, I think myself as a person, not as a woman. As what I've said, lawyers read the same books. Lawyers, we have the same civil code, the same rules of court, so it doesn't matter for me. It's just a matter of me trying to assert what's right, trying to convince the judge that this is my case, this is my argument, and you have to listen. So there's no problem with me.
Yes, Attorney Anna.
For me, as I said, that I really don't mind, or I mean, I'm not really that, I'm not conscious. Why? Because I think, regardless of gender, as long as you do your work, then
the way it should be done.
So it doesn't matter really. But there are those really privileges that we enjoy.
Please.
Like for example,
We're talking about privileges in the legal profession.
Yeah, but not necessarily. But maybe because sometimes men are now gender sensitive, that they really had this notion that women should be. Like for example, in simple elevator, something like that.
Okay, yeah.
But not necessarily. But as I said, I think it's really about time to be members of the LGBT. As long as you do your work with integrity, character, and you work hard. No, you don't step any people's right. Then it doesn't matter what kind of gender you are.
Right.
Yes, actually with being a woman is an edge when it comes to our profession.
And see positive role models.
Yes, we can do that.
Yes, Attorney Jazz.
Yes, we're talking earlier about the advantages of a woman.
Yes.
So one of the it's actually being a woman is an edge, like in our profession. So when we go to court, like as what Attorney Joy said, that men prefers first you can never argue with a woman, like so when we are into arguments, like we're presenting a case in court, some men give way to the arguments of women. That's what I actually experienced when we're in court.
Okay.
But we're in the same
equal footing.
Yes, we're in equal footing. We play in this playing field. That's one of the advantages of being a woman. Once you are in the legal profession.
Okay, so before we continue, I was about to ask earlier that is actually one of the symbols of the Lady Justice. The Lady Justice is blindfolded and she's holding up a scale. Scale, right? So please explain to our viewers. It symbolizes, among other things, equality.
Equality
Level
in the
playing
eyes
field.
of the law. Yes, in the eyes of the law, everybody's equal, regardless of age, sex, sexual orientation, regardless of whatever. Everybody's equal. So all you have to do is just find time to fight for your rights.
Yes.
And our legal system will be there behind your back. The justice will be served to those who are deserving.
It's a matter of evidence, how you're going to present your evidence in court. Whether a man or woman who is representing you in court, it's equal.
Yes.
And one of those watching us right now, Angeline Caseda Ronde, has a message for you ladies. Wow, I hope I will have a lawyer like you ladies for my next case. You make me feel alive to fight. So Angeline, if you might be undergoing anything stressful at this point.
Yes. Just if you need a lawyer, you need a legal advice, and you don't have any money to pay, you just go to public attorney's office. You can seek for an advice. That's for free.
Yes.
Right. Yes, attorney. Not everyone is aware that
you're seeking for a legal advice and you're facing legal problems. You can just by the way, this is a sort of advertisement or just public information.
Go ahead, please.
Our new office, we are actually located at Marcelo Fernan Hall, the Hall of Justice, but the new public attorney's office is now transferred to Metropolitan Car Park, 3rd floor. 4th floor is the regional office of the prosecutor.
That the public attorney's office gives free legal advice, but what about the cases you handle? Not everyone though can avail of your services.
When it comes to legal advice, the public attorney's office is open to everybody. Those who needs advice, they just go to a public attorney's office. But when it comes to legal representation in court, we have to qualify only those who are indigent. And when we say indigent, we have qualifications in our office that who are those indigents.
Correct. Yes.
And not only those who are living in the streets, the indigenous people. No, we have a qualifications, we have a standard, we have a salary limit.
What's the salary limit?
The salary,
What are the standards?
we cannot divulge that in public because they will not agree.
Okay.
This will become,
But if they just want to seek legal
They
advice,
seek
they can
legal
always
advice, they can
approach
always-
the public attorney's office.
But Sir Roberto, I will
Yes.
have to our viewers now. It's not only the public attorney's office that's giving free legal advice.
Yes.
Mhm.
Because in our
IBP.
law office, yes.
IBP also,
IBP,
Integrated
yes.
Bar of the
We
Philippines.
have actually a lot. Like in our office, we may be located in Ayala FGU, but we do pro bono cases.
Yeah.
Everybody comes to the office, and it's like this legal advice. If a person comes to us needing this, whatever it is that they would need from a lawyer,
Mhm.
it kinds of pleases us also to be able to tell them, we are lawyers, so I take it as a responsibility. Not necessarily that we get money out of it.
Yes.
We do pro bono
Your
cases.
social responsibility.
Yes, social responsibility. So it's not only PAO, it's not only IBP conducting free legal services, but we do have a lot of law firms giving pro bono.
Mhm.
So let us not mistaken the notion that if you are from a
Private firm.
private
You
firm,
will pay for the advice.
yes, especially most clients, when they use an elevator, it's like, this is an expensive office,
Right.
so possibly I will be charged. No, it's not that. No.
Mm.
We would be happy to assist. We would be happy to help them.
And I think
Okay.
it's mandated by the Supreme Court that private lawyers must render pro bono
Pro bono work,
assistance.
yeah.
And there's a certain hours that has to be
Number of hours.
complied.
Mhm,
Yes.
mhm. And of course, one of the objectives of the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association is to bring the law closer to the public,
Yes.
particularly the
The
grassroots.
grassroots.
Can we talk about the programs of CELLA? What is CELLA doing at this point in time?
Yes, the Cebu Lady Lawyers, we have a TV program that's with CCTN. We do the Partners in Law. We have different resource persons for that. We have different hosts.
Mhm.
We try to make it a point that lawyers will have their chance to do TV program.
Mhm.
Aside from that, we try to encourage to our members to be part of our radio program, Ang Balaod Karon.
Mhm.
So that way, they get to experience things, whether on air, through radio, or through TV. Then we also have these outreach programs for the children. We do free notarial services. In fact, last year we have partnered with the PEZA. We also had activities like giving the mass wedding, and that's for free. We provide for the ring, for the cake, to the bouquet, to the venue, to the reception. Again, social responsibility.
Mhm.
Actually, we have a lot of programs, and I'm excited for the
For
next
environment, it's tree planting.
tree planting, like that. We
Because
have.
of course, CELLA, one of the objectives is to bring the law closer to the people. At the same time, expose lady lawyers to social civic activities.
Yes. That's right.
One question: do you need to be beautiful to be a member of CELLA? Because it's easy to
Okay.
it's easy to conclude. Aside from being a lawyer.
CELLA is actually by invitation only.
I see. Okay.
Yes. It's not automatic that when you pass the bar exam and you're a woman, you get to be a member of CELLA.
Mm.
Okay. We invite, but of course, we would want newbies or new bar passers to join us, because we have a lot of opportunities. We have a lot of activities in store for these lady lawyers to be able to reach out. It's about giving back to the public, what we have learned in law school, or what we're capable of doing. Because you see, it's normal for an ordinary citizen or person to think that if they talk to a lawyer, this is an expensive thing. We want people to realize that CELLA is here. We can help you, we can assist you for free. And our assistance is not only with regards to free notarial services, but also our assistance with regards to, pursuing cases.
Right.
But it has to go through, of course, certain procedures. We need to qualify and all.
To answer is all women are beautiful. It's just a matter of accepting yourself and being
That's
confident
nice,
about
yeah.
yourself. So all women are beautiful. So that's my take on it.
And I'm beautiful, and you are beautiful, and
Being
she's
beautiful,
beautiful.
that is actually an undisclosed requirement. Joke.
Undisclosed requirement. Okay, and of course, it's also nice to to have a support system among lady lawyers.
Yes.
Yeah. Another objective that really struck me is with CELLA is to foster and maintain the ideals of integrity and morality of lady lawyers.
Yes.
The legal profession is facing tough times.
Mm-hmm.
Our Chief Justice, who's a woman, is in the middle of a lot of controversies.
Yes.
How do you as lady lawyers maintain the integrity and morality in your profession in your own ways?
We just continue to move on with our profession. We continue to be strong. I admire the state of mind of our Chief Justice, just being independent. And I guess the only thing that she's asking, which I agree with her, is just to give her the time to defend herself at the proper forum.
Yes.
And there's no doubt that she can do that. She's strong, she's independent, just like every woman. If we try to dissect or find other words for woman that's female, right? If you're a woman, you belong to the female species. If you try to dissect further the word female, FE, me being a pharmacist, I'm more into chemical symbols. FE is for iron. Iron. Male, synonymous to a man. So a female is actually an iron man.
Iron lady.
So see, she can do that. She's strong, she's independent, she's just the real Iron Man. So she can do that. No doubt about that. So it shows that I like her. It's very obvious.
Yes, attorney.
Maybe in my personal take lang,
Yes.
I always remind myself of the lawyer's oath, and I think it's everything there in terms of integrity and all. But as I said, there are so many things to be done in terms of legal system or in our legal.
By the way, before you go there, what's in the lawyer's oath that really?
Delay no
Man for money or for malice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my ultimate delay no man for money or malice, because money is very magnetic. But I think lang, especially with because my lens really is more on academia. So I always remind students that always apply law in line with ethics, and you'll never go wrong. No, because we have also legal ethics.
Right.
So actually in school we have really bolstered or giving importance to legal ethics, because sometimes law students really are not into legal ethics. It's just minors, not something there. But when you think of it and when you are in practice, always apply law in line with legal ethics, and you'll never go wrong with your practice. And that's all.
Very nice reminder, particularly to our incoming new lawyers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to
Very
those
yes.
who are already old.
That's a good point also.
Yes. For me, new Chief Justice Sereno, she has this integrity. She's a very strong woman, independent, and she's an independent woman. So I know she can defend herself once she's already in a proper forum. So just give her time. As what Attorney Joyce said, let's just give her time so that we can see in the long run as how the process will go, and let's just wait and see how it
unfolds.
Yes,
Yeah.
because at this time we cannot say that she's guilty or
Of course, yes.
So let's just give time, because I know she can defend herself.
And I think at the very least in a democratic community like the Philippines, that's really all we can ask.
Yes.
For everyone to have equal opportunities to be able to defend herself or himself.
Yes.
Not the right.
Due process, yes.
Just like everybody else.
Yeah,
She
that's
deserves
right.
that.
You are all officers of CELLA.
Yes.
Who do you look up to in the area of leadership and service?
For me, I've always loved Miriam Defensor Santiago.
We miss her a lot.
Yeah, I
Yes.
miss her. With what is going on in the country.
We can only wish she's still
She's
here.
still here, I love her fierce attitude, her no-nonsense, thing about graft and corruption. I just miss her. I just wish she's still here.
That's right.
Yes. Yes,
go ahead.
Okay. For me, it's Ombudsman Conchita Carpio Morales. I think she was already interviewed. One of the guests before last
year, during her Pearl anniversary, she was a
during the
guest
Pearl
speaker.
anniversary of CELLA, she was our guest speaker, and I admire her for being very strong woman, a multifaceted woman, because she's very independent, and we knew that we heard a lot of news about her. I think you heard
She's
that
also
Very
Yes.
courageous.
Very courageous. She's not afraid of anything. She's not afraid of any resolutions that will come out, whether it is favorable, whether it is the public will favor it or the administration is against her. So she's very strong to accept all the trials and all this public nuisance, public whatever is the opinion of the public towards the resolutions of whatever is cases pending before the office of the ombudsman. Most likely, if especially in cases when it comes to the administration. Yes.
Okay.
This is very strong.
Attorney.
International.
International.
I've always looked up to Angela Merkel of Germany. I mean, she's the,
Also one tough lady.
Yeah, she's the kind of woman I want to be. So maybe the kind of power, in this, I mean the
kind of influence.
She had. And she set the bar. I mean that you cannot just discriminate women, and I mean to be the first chancellor of Germany, and I think she's the best for me. But for local, of course, my mother. I always ask my mother for any advice. Mother's always good.
Last Saturday, you had Davao City Mayor Sara Duterte as your guest speaker in your induction. How was it with Mayor Sara there?
I did not expect her to be that soft-spoken because
Everyone thought she's very tough.
Fierce. Because my fondest, not fondest, but the one thing that really caught my attention was the news way before when she tried to punch the sheriff. Her personality on TV, as what we've seen in the news, is different from what I've seen last Saturday.
Yeah.
She's actually soft-spoken. Somebody, just a daughter who adores her father. But I did not expect her to, be like that. It was something new for me. Maybe because I did not have the chance to really, listen to how she is, or maybe what's her background as a mayor. It's something new for me.
For me, aside from she's very beautiful.
Yes.
It's really different from TV. I mean, with all my makeup, I belittle myself. But I think lang my observation lang, it was that she was very motherly. And in fact, she left the party early because she had to attend to her kids.
She had to go home.
Oh yes, and I think that's the very basic. I mean, she's just common, same as you have same problems, children. You have you have the house to take care of.
Yeah.
So I think that's one thing that I admire.
But really, right? Everybody was like taken aback by the fact that she's soft-spoken. We didn't expect her to talk like that.
Correct.
Really, talking about she was a simple woman.
Yeah.
I really didn't expect it like that.
Because the reputation preceded her. The reputation of being tough preceded her.
But her personality, the first time that I looked at her, was like, oh, she's strong. With all these bodyguards, she's just, But really, it's different when you get to know a person. Possibly there are better things, or maybe there are more good things about her that we just need to discover.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Perhaps first impressions aren't always correct.
Yes.
I'd like to present to you a quote from one of the women of the hour, Meghan Markle, the future wife of Prince Harry. In one of the Women's Month activities in the UK a month ago, she said, women don't need to find their voice. They have a voice. They only need to use it. And the public only needs to be encouraged to listen.
Yes.
Your thoughts on that? And my follow-up question would be, how do we encourage the public to listen to women these days, in this day and age?
I love Meghan. You see, not only because I used to watch her in Suits, but but I loved how she's able to defend herself amidst all the critics, because she's about to marry the prince this May 19, I believe. So
you're
updated. Yes, I'm updated because I really like her.
When are you flying to the UK?
You see, I have to get my visa. But anyway, you see, I couldn't agree with her that we all have this voice. It's just a matter of finding that inner strength. The strength to be able to speak up, the strength to be able to tell that you're wrong and this should be done and this should end. So, what was the second follow-up question?
How do we let the public listen to the voice of women?
Oh, okay. I believe that constant reassurance that, like men, we are also here. We are citizens. If you can do things, we can do things better. Or, we can do things, everything that you can do. So it's just a matter of trying to reassure the public and constantly let them know that we exist.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes.
It's like how are you going to address the when like the voice is we do have voices, yes. It's how are we going to use it?
Yes.
How are we going to relay it to the public? It's just a matter of finding ways. Like you have to speak for what is right. You have to defend it. And once you think that you are in the right path, then you have to voice out what is in your mind, what is in your heart. Because if you speak out what is in your heart and what is in your mind, that will go a long way. And you have to make it known to the public that you are doing this not only for yourself, but also with what others are seeing, with what others are doing, that you are in the right path, and that's what you feel like what you're going to do.
Nice.
We all have voice, whether men or women. It's just finding your proper forum, venue, correct venue to really raise your voice. Like for example, if you have been through to something, stand up. Do not be afraid. If you are really capable of leading, then lead. Because in this day and age, social media, and everybody can be a leader. Everybody can be an influencer. So as women, I think we have to engage and we have to make it. We have to really step up also. We have to really engage ourselves in public discourse. Let our voice be heard, and we have to really emphasize that we have to really say to them that sometimes things are done better by women. I think we have to accept already that.
Yes.
So it's not anymore a panay babae. So it has to be accepted that some things are done better by women. So
just as there are things done better by men.
Correct. Yes. So we are all equal. We have all voices. And to add lang sometimes Manggod, in this day and age through internet or social media, sometimes truth are
it's drowned out by all this noise.
And sometimes what is being trending becomes the truth, not necessarily the truth.
Correct, exactly.
So I think it has to be emphasized that when we have a voice, use it in a way that we will make lives better.
Yes.
Not just to troll, not just to spread fake news,
Right.
but just to make a voice in a sense that you make lives better.
Right.
And if you have a voice and you say, I will post this and that, well, what would it contribute? And if you just contribute to fake news or what, then better stop.
Thank you very much for pointing that out, because we actually have an ongoing campaign, No to Fake News.
Oh, yes.
It's very nice that we have members of CELLA supporting that campaign. Okay. And of course, if there are women who can speak their minds out, women lawyers have to be in the forefront of this.
Of course.
Yes.
Right. We'll give you this opportunity to give a message to your fellow women and to the men up there.
Start, Jessie.
Let's start with the public attorney's office.
Okay. Just a message to our women who are listening right now.
And to the men as well.
And to the men.
Yes.
Let's go first to the women. To
Sure.
those who are to those who are suffering, to those who have problems, to those who are they are reflecting unto themselves if they are going through something, they need legal advice. To those who are seeking the legal advice of a lawyer, you can just approach us, or if you know any office, just seek for a legal advice so that you can you will know what to do, because there are women that they need an advice also. Those who are suffering from any kinds of legal problems, those who are children who needs support from their husband, the father who needs an assistance, you can ask for a lawyer, especially us, or you can go to public attorney's office. And to those who are men listening out there, as what Attorney Flor said, that there are things better done by women. So
let's leave it at that.
Yes. So just leave it with that. I think we should also listen.
But for PAO, in particular, Public Attorney's Office, do we have numbers that they can call if they need to reach out?
To those who are seeking for advice, you can call Public Attorney's Office with 253-5859.
253-5859.
You can reach out to that number.
Thank you very much, Attorney. Yes?
My message to all women, there are all, I think, you must know now that there are laws protecting you. So do not be afraid. And there are organizations and government offices that also specializes or caters the need or assist the need for women. So it's just a matter of defending, or it's just a matter of really fighting for your right. And there are government offices and organizations that will really support you all the way. So we don't have to worry about that. As to men, I have to, of course, there are also men who really respect women equally.
Yes.
So I think it's about time do we just respect each other?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, respect each other regardless of gender.
Yes.
That's all. Thank you.
It's nice.
Yes.
Yes,
Message to all the women who are watching us. Always remember that you belong to the female species, as what I've said. You are far stronger than you think you are. You're made of steel, and there is nothing that you cannot do. And my message to men who are listening to us or watching us, always remember that we are here for a purpose, and we only need to coexist.
Right.
Yes.
We have to listen to each other.
Yes.
Thank you very much, ladies, for coming over.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you very much,
you,
Attorney
sir.
Joyce, Attorney Anna, and
Thank
of
you.
course, Attorney Jessie. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation to be here. We look forward to speaking with you again in the future.
Hopefully, yes.
And again, happy Women's Month to the three of you.
Thank you.
Yes.
And to all members of the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association.
Hail to women empowerment! Yay!
Thank you very much for joining us today. Our guests in today's The Freeman Conversations Empower Women. We have Attorney Joyce Preston Adlao. She's the Vice President Internal of CELLA. And members of the CELLA board, we have Attorney Jazzy Celosha Paqueo here from the Public Attorney's Office, and of course Attorney Ana Floresa Cabanilla. They are both members of the board of the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association. And to the three of you and to the other officers of CELLA, congratulations once again on being elected and inducted into office last Saturday. Thank you very much to your president, Attorney March Yu, for allowing you to be here.
Us.
She's watching us. Hello, Attorney
Hi, March.
Thank you for watching, and thank you for allowing them to be here. And thank you very much once again to the Cebu Lady Lawyers Association for being here and for joining Power Women. This is our special series to pay tribute to women who are not afraid to make a difference. I am Jobert Ocal. Thank you very much for joining us. Join us again next time here on the Freeman Conversations.